2024 Honda CRF250 with some very nice upgrades. Hey, what's up guys, Rado here with my son Timothy, and we have these latest and greatest from Honda. So today what we want to do, we want to ride this thing and look at it from two different angles. My angle is a 40 years old vet novice rider.
And my angle is a 13-year-old beginner that rides a YZ125. But I want to soon transition into the 250F, and I want to see if this could be the bike for me.
This bike was built by Jay Clark from Dirt Bike TV for Swap Moto Live. They did a testing at Kauai. I'm gonna have link below in the description, you can check that out. As you can see, the bike looks amazing with the Decal Works graphics, all nice red color, and it looks a little bit different than other bikes. I'm really digging this design. Now this bike, what Jay calls is a budget build, right? There is not a lot of done to the engine. Engine is pretty much stacked. The only thing done to the engine was Twisted Development did a vortex ignition mapping. Jamie did the best map for this bike with a full FMF system. So it does run better than your stock bike, but your engine is still fully stacked, so you're not spending a lot of money there. Works Chassis Lab has engine mounts, so this bike will feel a little bit different. Some people say that it's a little rigid, and these engine mounts will help the feel. We're gonna check it, see how it feels. Suspension was done by AHM. They really know how to work on the Honda suspension. We're gonna test it. We have some choppy condition today, so also we'll see how that feels. Other than that, we got a Moto seat cover that is matching our Decal MX graphics. And also we're running a Dunlop tires, Pro X, chain sprocket, and Scar titanium foot pegs.
Hey guys, I have to share this with you. The track is absolutely amazing. It stopped raining. Look at the beautiful day. It's about 5:20 p.m. Bike is running amazing. Track is amazing. It's about 55 or 60 degrees. I'm so happy riding this thing right now. It doesn't get better than this.
Oh, it really doesn't get much better than this, guys. Check out this dirt. It's amazing chocolate cake. Just enough amount of moisture, and it was raining like an hour ago, as I mentioned. And as you can see, this track is a little bit rougher. I didn't prep it for a longer time, so I can really feel what the suspension is doing here. I have a lot of braking bumps, a lot of acceleration bumps, a lot of single ruts like this, ball turns, some jumps, and even some sand sections that are a little bit more challenging, a little more difficult. So I think this is a really good environment for testing. If I want to really see how this bike will behave in many different scenarios, this track is really good for something like that. You know, throw it through kind of different paces and different terrain and see how this thing will feel. And I have to tell you that 250F for me, 40 years old, vet novice, that's everything I need. Especially on a track like this, it feels really good. It feels really amazing. I can go on the throttle and I don't need to be worried about anything. I can pretty much ask everything from the bike. I can go on the throttle and pretty much do 100% what this bike is doing on second gear, on third gear, and it just feels amazing. Now this section right here is a little bit different. This is the back section where I have no jumps. This is all just the flat turns in the sand, and I keep riding this thing, so I have a lot of ruts. So I would have like 2 ruts in a turn, and then that's something that I'm working on to keep in the rut and being more smooth and faster through the turns. And this thing, this 250F Honda 2024, it feels really very sharp. I would say it's like a carving knife. You can put it in that rut, you can point and shoot, and it really stays in the rut. I was on 450 a couple days ago on this track, and I have 350 that I normally ride here, and I have to say that this 250 really feels at home. And me riding this 250, it just makes sense. It just makes a lot of sense. Doing pretty good here, staying in those ruts, and it's not always like that. Sometimes I overshoot the rut, sometimes I lose my front end, but on this bike it was somewhat a little bit easier. Now let's look at my son Timothy. He is now on 125 two-stroke, and he's really just kind of getting into that, you know, power band and clutching it and getting a little bit faster. So he's getting better on that 125. But when he jumped on this 250, it was really a big step, and you can tell that he was a little bit intimidated by that bike. So he wouldn't clutch it out of the turns. He wouldn't go on the gas as hard. He wouldn't jump as far as he would do on 125. So we've been riding there for some time, and even towards the end of the riding, he still didn't feel very confident. And then he jumped back on his 125, and it just made much more sense. He was faster. He had more fun, he jumps further, and it was just way better on YZ125. So I think we made a decision that we're not gonna rush it, we're not gonna push it. He will stay on 125 as long as he likes it, as long as he's getting faster and better.
It's a lot more powerful, it's a lot more heavy, so I just wasn't used to it yet. I think it's a good bike. I think I could get used to it if I rode it more, but you know, I've been riding that YZ125, so I'm not really that used to this bike yet.
All right, Timmy, I think we still have time to go on 250F. What is it that you like about 125?
The YZ125 is light, and it has kind of like a smooth power to it, whereas the 250F, it grabs you, it like really pulls. So that's something I like about the YZ125, but I think I could get used to the 250 if I rode it more often. Well, this is my first time, so yeah.
Yeah, so then I see you clutching 125 and going on the throttle, and I think you're way faster than on this bike. And so I don't think it's the speed that you don't like. It's like the power and the power delivery, and it's just like the sound and engine brake. I think all these things all together. So definitely be staying on 125 for another year at least, and then see what's gonna happen. All right, guys, so I want to share it while it's fresh. We just finished riding. Well, check out the track. It was just amazing today. This thing is amazing. I really like it. Now, yesterday I rode 450, the same track, same conditions, and it was 450RX, and that thing was a lot more powerful and was really kind of hard to handle. And I was twisting the throttle yesterday as much as I could, and I had the feeling that I was going really fast. But I'm gonna check the GoPro, and probably I had better lap time on this thing, because I checked the GoPro with 350 and 450 and actually had better time on 350. And this thing, I like the power because I can just ask everything from this bike. Everything this bike has, I can just ask it from it. I can go full throttle, every gear, I can clutch it out of the turns, and I don't need to worry that something unexpected will happen, that I'll get into trouble. So for the 40 years old vet novice, my level, this is the bike that I need. It just goes in those turns. It's easy to put it where I want to. I can feel much lighter in my hands. The power is good. Yeah, it's not the fastest 250 probably, but it's good. It's fast enough. I could clear everything. I can go in those ruts and feel really good. That was the most important. As I said in the beginning, I'm a novice, 40 years old, and I think something like this 250F, this 2024 CRF that was done by Twisted, a little bit better mapping and also full FM system, so it picks up a little bit better. Suspension felt really good. This AHM company, they really know how to do the Honda suspensions. They are here from California, and overall the package just felt really good. It felt in my hands, and I was feeling much more at home compared to the 450 that I rode yesterday at the same track. And when I think I'm gonna be faster when I actually check the GoPro lap times. So overall, this thing is really nice bike. I'm riding 350 now, that's my personal bike, but I'm really thinking to get 250F and to have 350 and 250 and kind of ride them at the track. And 350 is kind of more off-road because it is FX, so it's a little bit more off-road. And I really want to have 250 just for the track, where I can really ask everything from the bike. I can go full throttle, I can clutch it out of the turns, and this thing doesn't really get me in the troubles, and I can have fun. I can scream out of those turns and, you know, rev it really high and not probably not go as fast, but it feels really fast, and that's what matters. So definitely great time. Jake Clark, thanks a lot for letting us use this bike. This is an amazing build. I love it. 2024 Honda, I guess you cannot go wrong with that. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let us know below in the comments, and don't forget, whatever you do, stay motivated. See you guys later.